Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. Thank you for always. In today's edition, I'll show you guys how to the easiest way of making a corset, the trending corset. It's gonna be an easy one, I bet you. So just watch, take your time, watch to the end, and I bet you're going to get it. So this is the first thing you are going to do. I'm going to cut it on a pattern like this before I will now place it on the fabric so that you understand very well. So I want to cut the basic body pattern. That's what I'm going to do, the easiest way of doing that. So now this slanting, I measure 2 inches downward for the shoulder slanting. Now I'm taking my under bust measurement. That's my under bust measurement from shoulder to your under bust. Here I'm having 14.5 inches. Then now from that shoulder line to the half length, which is 17.5 inches, you're going to get your half length too. This is not like a straight cut or maybe a princess cut. No, it's just normal basic body pattern. So from shoulder again to the bust point, which is 10.5. Mind you, it's not constant, so you have to measure. That is my bust line, this is my under bust line, and this is the half length line, and that is my shoulder. So from that point now, I'm going to get my shoulder measurement divided by 2. From there you mark 7 inches downward for the armhole. That is for the armhole. Then on that bust point, you are going to measure your bust measurement, your round bust measurement divided by 4. Then you add your 2 inches, same allowance. You are going to do the same thing on your under bust line. Your round under bust measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches, so in our allowance, then you connect them. The same thing on the waistline. Your round waist measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches, so in allowance, then you connect them together like this with your armhole curve. So now you are going to cut it out. So after cutting out, you are going to place the front block on the remaining pattern to cut out the back. So I'm leaving 2 inches behind for the zip allowance. Then you're just going to cut out the same shape. The back is not going to be higher than the front this time around because we are still going to trim the upper part off, so it doesn't really necessary. So after when you might have done that, you need this bra cup to make a corset. It's of different sizes depending on the size you want to use. We have some that are round, that are circle in shape, but this, I think this is the half and the perfect one. So from this point, you're going to measure 1.5 inch. You're going to measure 1.5 inch from that point, which I can say it's constant. Then you are going to place your cup like this, depending on how you want to place it, how you want it to look like. You can actually leave it straight like this, just place it straight like this, but I think it will when you slant it a little bit like this, straight like this, you slant it a little bit like this. I think it comes out more beautiful this way than leaving it straight. So you are going to place it on your bust line. Don't forget, on your bust line. After that 1.5 inch you measured, you place it this way. Then now you are going to measure like this, exactly the way I'm doing it, to check whether you're half up to your under bust measurement. If it's not up to that, you are going to take it down a little bit, just like I did. So my underbust is 14 and a half, and I think I have my 14 and a half inches now. So I'm going to leave it exactly here. If you look at it, you see that it's not straight. I slant it a little bit. Don't forget 1.5 inch. You measure them from, you place it there. Then now you are going to chuck it round. Then to this armhole edge. So let me try to sketch it out with chalk so that you see what I'm talking about. Just try to sketch it out following the same shape up to that edge. Then you just cut it up to this armhole edge like this, as you can see. So you take it out and you sketch very well. We're going to redraw the line so that, let me redraw the line so that it will be clearer. So like this. If you look at the shape of that curve, see it's kind of flat at the upper part. So I think that half bra cup is more beautiful than the other round one. So the next thing you're going to do, you're going to cut. You're not going to cut exactly on the line. You're not going to cut exactly on the line. You're going to come in 1/2 inch to this place. Then you cut it off. So this 1/2 inch before that line is the joining allowance. That is the joining allowance. That is that about the front part. Then to get it back, from this point you're seeing here, you're just going to cut it off to that edge. That is going to be the back. Now I'm trying to determine the depth of the back. If you want it lower, you can still go down, but mind you, you are coming to this end part here. You're coming to this end part here. I'm notching that place. That is my zip allowance. The mind you is going to have that, so you are going to use your breast distance measurement. That's from nipple to determine your breast distance, divided by 2. Then you mark. That is where you are going to place your dart, both front and back dart. You are just going to catch that dart, this to the upper part, then this to that cuff area. So this is the front bodies. So this is going to, you're going to place this like this, then the other one this way. Mind you, you are still going to cut the center front. This center front, you are going to cut it into 2 equal parts like this, then you join it back. That is just the method. So now I'm going to place it on the main fabric and I'll cut it out. So this is the material I'm using. I've already cut it out, both the front and the back. The same thing on the lining. I've already cut it out. I got my lining with paper stay. You can also do that. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to sew all those darts area, both the one at the bust part and the center front, then the back dart. So after that, you are going to iron them very well. Then after that, that front part, I'm going to cover it with bias. We're just going to cover this joining area. I hope you can see I'm using a very dark material, just like this. Those dark area are just going to cover those lines, depending on the kind of material you want to use. Was I decided to use cotton bias. That's that about the front and the back body. So now I want to try and cover this cup. I want to try and cover this bra cup with the fabric I'm using. So now let me use this paper pattern to show you how you're going to get that. So I'm doing this ironing just to demarcate the center lines, the center of the paper. So as you can see, those lines, it's a cross line. So that center point is demarcating the center of the pattern. That is where I'm going to start my measurement from. So from that center point, you measure 4 inches. Downward, you measure 4 inches. And you measure 4 inches at the side, trying to get out a cycle. Place like this, 4 inches. You're going to do the same thing round. Just like this. So I just try to like sketch around for you to see what I'm talking about. So at this upper part, from that center line, you're going to measure 1 inch like this. Down part, 1 inch, 1 inch. Then from this other side too, you're going to take 1 inch. From that line to this other side, 1 inch. You are going to curve it a little bit, connect them together like this. We do the same thing on this side. I hope you can see clearly. So now just try to cut it out, then the round cup. So after cutting out, this is what you're going to have. So now you just place this on the main fabric, then you cut it out. So I've already cut it out on the main fabric. So now you're just going to place them on each other like this. Then you sew this place, just this place, you're going to sew it. So I've already joined it. This is what you're going to have. Then take your ball ironer, then you just iron it very well. Make sure it's smooth and it gives you a nice curve. The ironing, I think the ironing will do justice to that. When iron it very well. This is what you are going to have. It's going to look like this. So now you take the cup, the breast cup. That is the bra cup. So now we are trying to cover that. So now I'll just show you how you're going to do. The easiest way of doing that now. This is hemming gum. I'm making use of hemming gum just to tag it down for a while. So now I'm going to place this on it, then I'll iron it just to tag it on the fabric, tag them together. So after when you might have done this, now I am going to trim off the excess, following that bra shape. The bra cup shape, I'm going to follow it and trim it out this way. do the same thing round. So after trimming it out, this is what you are going to have. So now to tag it down at these edges very well, all this place to tag it down very well, you can make use of your U gum or the same hemming gum, depending on the one you want to use. But I think I would prefer to use the hemming gum. So just place it on the ball, put your hemming gum and tag it round very well. Iron very well. So this is what it's going to look like. You're just going to do the same thing on both bra cup. And that's that about that. So now I'm going to sew this place like this. Turn the fabric with the lining. I will do the same thing. Both the front part and the back part, I'm going to do the same thing. Use the lining to turn the fabric. I believe we don't have problem with that. So now I've already turned the main fabric with the lining. This is what you're going to have. This is the inner part and this is that is the outer part of it. So now these are the two bra cup already covered. So now I'm going to show you the next thing we are going to do now. We are going to pipe this place, pipe this other place. You can actually use cotton bias to do that, and you can also make use of the main fabric to do that, in as much as you cut it in bias form so that it won't tangle. So now I'm making use of cotton bias just to pipe that upper part. So you put the main, that place you want to in between the cotton bias, you can just fold it into two and you sew on it. You put it in between. Using a very dark material. I don't know if you're seeing clearly, but I believe you understand what I'm trying to do. We have different ways of piping. Use whichever method you know and just give it a nice look. You can use your method of piping. You mustn't necessarily have to do it this way, but I think this is more easy for me. So this is the inner part. This is how it's going to look like after piping. This is what it's going to look like. I think our work is almost done. So now we are going to place it like this, as you can see. So now we are going to join it. We're going to place this side this other side of it, and you're going to sew it just as I am showing you now. That is the way you're going to do it. Just place it on it this way, then you sew it gently. Sew it gently this way. Sew gently this way. Then to this edge. So after where you might have finished, this is what it's going to look like. As you can see, our work is almost done. Very neat and beautiful. I hope you can see clearly. You are going to do this and you are going to do the same thing on the other side to fix the two bra cup. Yeah, this is what it's going to look like. And mind you, don't forget, we are not going to, this place we just finished sewing now. We are not going to leave it that way. So I'm going to pipe it again with bias. The same method I used, like this. Just like I said, you can use your own method of piping depending on the one that is more easier for you. So I'm putting that place in between the bias. Then I will just sew on it once. just to pipe up that place and make it looks neat. You're going to sew it around on both sides. Do the same thing on both sides. This is what you're going to have. As you can see, very neat and beautiful. So the next thing I'm going to do now is just join the sides. Take your measurement and join the sides. Then you join the back part too, the zip allowance, and you attach your zip. If you want to make it a dress, if you want to make it a dress, you can actually attach that at the down part, either a pencil dress or a 6-piece dress, depending on what you want to do with it. I don't think we're going to have problem dealing with those ones. This is the main part of it. As you can see, very nice. It's coming out very nice and beautiful. You can try this, it's easy. Thank you very much everybody for watching. See you in my next video.